Hi, this is your host Shubham Tiwari, and I welcome you to Industry Talk, a show brought to you by Wonder Publish magazine, where we bring to you the best of the voices from education, publishing, as well as education technology industries. Our today's guest is a person who has been in and around the education sector for quite a lot of number of years now, and who has donned many hats in her career. The founder of EduStart Solutions, a trainer for British Council and AFC Global, Ms. Sapna Sukul. Welcome to Wonder Publish magazine.
Thank you so much.
Well, as I just
Thank
told
you, Shubham.
you're welcome, ma'am. We are glad to have you. And as I just told our audience that you have done many hats in your career, so I would start with a very simple question here: which role have you enjoyed the most in your career so far?
Which role is it? Your that fast forward, finger fast
Yeah, I mean,
kind
just,
of round? Which
you
role?
can
One
give
word
us one.
answer, or in elaborate that you'll keep asking me one or two
No,
questions.
just
like
one.
this,
Let's
like
say the one you have
fastest
enjoyed
finger
the most.
round the name.
No.
So which role? See, as an educator, it's been now more than 25 years. So every role brings its own challenges and its own and comes up with a lot of opportunities. So I guess I enjoyed each and every role of my career, starting from Naval KG School in Visakhapatnam, moving on to Primary School of Visakhapatnam Naval School.
Correct.
Moving on to, like, every school was challenging. Mount St. Mary's was equally challenging, dealing with 55 students in a class, that two boys, brats. They were in, I dealt with class 3 to class 5 to class KG. And every class was I took it up as a challenge. So every year was a challenge. Then I came to Bloom and Air Force Bal Bharati. I taught from class 1 to class 9th, whichever class was given. Because I was on a dock. So whichever class. So every time you have to prepare yourself and you just have to fit yourself into the system which you are to be there and start enjoying it. So every role is challenging and it becomes very, very like you start enjoying. So yes, coming to your question, which role did I enjoy? It's very difficult for me to say. But over these 25 years, what new? Because as an educationist, we have been learning from students all the time and from my senior colleagues, from my management, from my co-trainers of British Council or AFS, as you said. But the most touching thing, or the most thing, the element which is very dear to me in my life is the tenure which I spent with Sparsh. So special need children.
I'll ask you a question on that later. I mean, elaborate.
So that has been the fantastic part where because that has taught me a lot of human values, which they were unsaid human values, which I've learned there.
Unsaid human values. That's wonderful, wonderful. So nowadays, you regularly attend educational conferences. You curate, many discussions. You're part of many discussions. So in a way, I mean, what's going on in this industry right now. And as we have gone through this, prolonged pandemic. So what do you think are the concerns of the stakeholders right now?
So when we talk about this pandemic, so it started in 2019, March 23rd, I clearly remember. And that day I came from Amritsar as I'm advisor to school. So one of the chain of schools, I just came to Delhi. And then I said, now the world has ended. So I guess for everyone, the world had ended that day.
Correct.
But what I found was that all of us, the ones who were progressive, the ones who wanted to, who are not ready to just give up in life, it brought absolutely, we came up with a new dawn, a new version of yourself.
Correct.
Yes. So the people who have been affected are surely not only the students, the teachers, the parents, all the stakeholders, the management, the class 4 employees, the vendors, the edtech companies. Everybody has been affected. So business has, in school, in higher education, has been affected very badly. So it's not that only one person has been. So when we talk about emotional intelligence, so it's not only that the students are going through that, teachers are also going through that. Management, because I work directly with management, they are also going through that.
Yep.
because everybody has their own set of living and a lifestyle to carry
Correct,
on.
correct.
So under that lifestyle, everybody has been affected and very badly affected. So parents, because now when we talk about, because since virtually also I'm traveling, and
Yeah,
it just happened that after this pandemic, there were some rules where we could travel. So I traveled again. I
correct.
think I traveled 4 to 5 times to different cities,
Okay,
and I visited some schools again, and they were just brick and mortar, and the management and some few teachers sitting,
yeah,
and they were all talking about how difficult that period, but how now it brought them so much together that they were like united we stand and divided we fall kind of a
right,
situation. But also they said that they told me n number of stories about what goes on in the families, because there are not all families are blessed with a 4 bedroom or a 5 bedroom
correct,
or a 3 bedroom house. Not all families are, a lot of families are have ailing parents, grandparents,
correct.
working parents, no household help. So people have learned how to live in harmony,
Yeah,
but at the same time, they have also learned every time they can't be, because there are few people when they stay together. So harmony along with the work-life balance has been disturbed with most of
absolutely.
not most of the families, but yes, to an extent, yes. Because we are talking about a larger, like it's
Ecosystem,
not
correct.
about
Yeah,
Delhi, or so it's a full ecosystem, it's a full geography of India or
absolutely.
world we are covering. That's what
Correct,
I
correct.
feel.
And you travel a lot. So, I mean, you're the right person to ask that question. But if I take you, if we travel back in time, you started your career in 1997, as you told that you started as an educator. Then you transitioned, in 2015 uh, in leadership roles, but I would say in industry you came because you, I guess, have that entrepreneurial, aspect to your personality. So why did you make the transition, and what do you think happens now? Because this pandemic is also, sort of a transition phase.
So, as I told you, I am married. First of all, I'm married to a defense officer. So,
Okay,
when you get married to a defense officer,
you
you are
travel.
ready to for changes and
Correct.
you're ready to take any sort of challenges. So, that was one aspect. And one more thing about my, like what I know a little bit about what I like to do is I am always looking for something more challenging.
Okay.
So, the moment I set up something, I feel that I want something different. I want something more challenging to happen. How, like this work is done. How can I make this thing work in a different manner? What are
Yeah.
the different elements I can add? So that's how there was no entrepreneur mindset I had. I never had that mindset. So I'll be wrong if I say that I was very, very, I wanted to become an entrepreneur. Never. I just wanted to do things differently. I just wanted to work. I just wanted to go on and on with life, just adding more thrill, adding more adventure, adding more projects, learning all the time. So the moment you start this, that you want to learn and learn, so you interact with more people. The more you interact with people, the more you travel, you get more ideas. So
Correct.
the more ideas you get, you feel, how do I implement? How do I shape it up? Where do I go? So when I was working in certain organization, I felt that that organization had a limited students and limited boundaries. So I did whatever I could in my capacity, and I did to bring that up. Then I felt I think I can do a little bit more. So with and yes, wherever I have like parted ways with any
Yeah.
organization or resigned or anything, it's been with a very mutual consent, with taking them into confidence,
Right.
discussing with them that this is what I want to do. Do you? So my, I'll say my all my chairmen, all my owners, the ones who I work with,
Right.
have been my mentors, because they have actually guided me that yes, Sapna, you're ready to take off. You can do this. Be it Naval KG, Bloom School, or
Yeah.
Presidium. Yes, entrepreneur mindset, it just came that I set up another school called Petals, and there also it was very challenging. I set up from the rubble, I started this school,
Yeah.
whatever. And due to some personal their differences, I set up the school, I gave it to them, and I came out. So I was just doing workshops after workshops and traveling and
Yeah.
advisory. So always like people used to ask for your GST account, or people used to ask for my, like you need to pay certain GST. And so that's how this firm came up in 2018. We started this.
Okay.
I
Okay.
did I know that there'll be a pandemic. So 2018, and the credit goes for this firm is to Mr. Bhavin Shah, because one day he told me, he's Education World CEO, he told me that, ma'am, you're doing so many things, you're everywhere, but do you have a firm? I said, no. So he said, you need to be registered because you can't just go with a single name now.
Correct.
So he
Correct.
gave an idea, and that's how we made a firm in 2018 beginning.
Right.
But that firm came into with effect to whatever is happening from 2019
Right.
when the pandemic happened. I think pandemic turned out to be a little bit boon for me, because I started being as an individual, because you always feel that will you be able to take yourself forward, or do you like that a structured kind of a job?
Yeah.
So yes, it was not structured initially, and I was just going on and on. But I felt that whatever you do, you just give your 120%.
Correct.
I think things will start coming. So that's how this entrepreneurship. And now, yes, I enjoy. Now I'm taking bigger challenges, more projects. So yes,
That's a
that's how
wonderful
it came up.
message. That's a wonderful message. And earlier you spoke about, the best phase, or let's say the role of your career, uh, your association with, Sparsh, the NGO that takes care of, specially abled kids. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So please tell us how fulfilling that association was for you, and, what kind of programs you were involved with, and any your experiences there.
So again, this is again, everything just kept happening because I kept taking challenges.
Yeah.
So when I was with Presidium Group, so Mrs. Gupta asked me that there is a NGO which is not being looked after. So do you want to take it over? Like she just gave me an idea that it is there. So I said, yes, I'll take it over, because I visited that NGO first.
Okay.
And when I saw these children, I felt that they are so different. And I had a little bit of connection, you can say, with them, because I grew up with a mother who was paralyzed.
Okay.
So I knew what it means. I knew what it means when you don't have anything absolutely functional in your body.
Correct. Correct.
So I said, yes, let me just take it. And how did I learn? Because when I started going there every day, and you start learning their behavior. I'm not a specialized special educator, but I started learning from them. Started reading a little bit
Right.
about what they write, what
Right.
they like. So one cannot even imagine the kind of weight and the parents carry on their shoulders with these
Correct.
kids.
Correct. Correct.
And when the parents started sharing their stories about what happened and how this child got it, so the deep involvement with their lives, connecting with them on one-on-one, understanding what life is all about.
Yeah.
So you become more, you develop an empathy, you develop that understanding, you know that you are so blessed with everything, and you want to do more and more for them.
Correct.
And and even you do a little bit for them, the joy on their faces were like it's unimaginable. So I started with different functions, because they were very good with dance, they were very good with the greeting, and they always wanted love. So they are craving to be with humans, because
Okay.
these children, now I'm talking about the 40% IQ, 30% IQ children.
Right.
So I saw that children, adults, they're all scared to come near them, because they have different reaction. So first and foremost, I started an exchange program with the normal school and the special needs school, where
Okay.
normal school children, where the full functional school used to come and visit my Sparsh, and they used to understand, and they used to spend days. And we made a whole timetable with Presidium and other schools, that every week there'll be or every month there'll be a tour, and you
Yeah.
spend time with them. Don't treat them as don't sympathize with them, just
Correct.
empathize and be with them.
Yeah.
So second I started was the vocational classes were going on,
Yeah.
but we made it a little bit more active. I activated a little bit more that how they can be involved. Third, we started the sports. There's a World Disability Day, which I thought that it should be at a very large level. So we started World Disability Day at Tyagaraja Stadium, where who's who was there to address that gathering,
Right.
including I invited Tawar Singh Gehlot, Chief Minister also, but Minister could not come, but related to ministry, a lot of
Right.
people, a lot of secretaries, because it's just to make them feel that this sector should also be noticed. And this I'm
Correct,
talking
correct,
about
correct.
2017, sorry, 2017. I think.
17.
16, yeah. And then I also saw that I invited all the special need schools from Delhi NCR,
Correct.
where these children came to Tyagaraja, and we did a sports day in a it was a mega sports day, I can say, along with the marginalized children also. So
Right.
that was the best moment of my life when I did that event,
Wonderful.
because I could touch many, many lives. Children who could not afford were there. Like imagine the girl child we were teaching, they were all, they used to come from 4 to 6 o'clock for
Right.
tuitions in 3 centers. So
Okay.
teaching those children how to dance in a big stadium, which they've not seen, asking their parents to come and witness that show
Wow.
at Tyagaraja as an audience. Oh, wow. And what
wonderful.
thrill you get, and giving them a costume to wear, making them feel very important. So these were the aha moments of my life. The best aha moments were in
I'm sure.
Sparsh.
I'm sure, ma'am. And it's such a wonderful name, Sparsh, because there was this Sai Paranjpe film as well, with the same name, Sparsh, about, a specially abled, school. So that's wonderful.
I wish I can do more for such sector. My heart goes out for them. And after that also, I tried a lot that someone who's working in this organization gives me a chance to just bring that up, that NGO, like that, and
Right.
that word NGO. I want to work a lot towards this sector. And I did try 1 or 2 organizations if I get a chance to bring them up. But
Yeah.
maybe it will come. But I'm doing certain
Sure.
things. I helped 1 or 2 schools to set up their special wing just because I like to do it. So
Correct.
because of pandemic, it is stopped. But yes, that sector is any day.
Close to your heart.
Even, yeah, very, very. I go to Earth Savior Foundation. I go to different these kind of institutes just to be with them.
Right.
But I'm not established them. So I'm still waiting for an opportunity where I can work and I create a difference and
That's
bring
wonderful.
a lot of.
That's wonderful. You're already creating difference, ma'am. And, speaking of, you said that this pandemic was kind of a boon for your, let's say, whatever you're trying to do, your work through internet, through the technological means. So how would you rate, the role of technology in terms of school education in the past 1.5 years?
So as I said that, okay, when we were, and I remember that day when we were in Amritsar and doing the PTM for the teachers, little did we know that everything in like Firozpur, like a place in Firozpur also, everything will shut down.
Right.
Within 2 days, the life came to standstill. And then, yes, technology was the enabler. Had we not been using technology, and I remember all the schools have just adapted this technology. Remember that classrooms have come to your lives, like in your 1 room or 4-bedroom apartment, classroom, the staff room, everything is come here. Just in 1 small box, we can run an office now. And also technology is like we have workshops earlier. And I'll say it's so easy, like you are connecting with me, it's so easy. Otherwise, I had to go to Jaipur
Absolutely.
to meet you.
Correct.
You had to come to Delhi. We never thought that because we thought that these kind of interviews can only happen in a studio.
In person, correct.
If then you have to come personally and be there, or I have to be there. But Zoom, Google Meet has made it so simpler for all of us. So this was one. Secondly, I've also seen that even, yes, there is one thing that people like my cook and all did not have a gadget, a small gadget.
Correct. Smartphones and all.
Have started parting their gadgets like, okay, you take it. So we
That's
have also
wonderful.
given, and many of them have given. So everybody wants to learn something. who are elderly, they want to learn. So everybody, even at us, maybe the level can be less, but
Yeah.
everyone wants to learn. So even like I don't know much, but I'm sure at all ages, everybody has to learn what technology can give us. And students are learning, parents are becoming tech savvy,
Correct. Correct.
mothers or housewives are enjoying this moment because they are understanding the value of education, what teachers are so
They
important
can
for
see
them.
it happening, right? Yeah.
Earlier they used to take teachers for granted, but
Yeah.
most of the parents are giving emphasis to the education and the school
Correct.
and the
Correct.
system and the whatever is going on. So I feel technology has yes, blended learning is the way forward, and um, I'm sure things will be normal. And even if they're not, like this time again when the lockdown happened, so we were not taken aback. We were not
Correct. Correct. You're
we
ready.
were not
Yeah.
so strong. We were ready.
Yeah.
So I think this kind of model will go on. So that's
Absolutely.
what has it done for me. So even like initially there was, as I said, that it's been a boon. So initially it wasn't a boon. For 4 5 months I was struggling. I was thinking what to do.
Correct. Correct.
Suddenly, as I said, give your 110%, things will keep happening. So things kept happening. You met me like that. Many more people have met me and
Absolutely,
things
ma'am.
started.
You're
Yes.
correct. You're correct. But did you miss anything? I mean, do you think the technology can make it any better? Do you think they can, let's say, education technology industry, can they come up with more, tools and ideas? I mean, would you give them any ideas?
Technology tools are far too many to decide nowadays. Even for assessment,
Correct.
you go. So there are so many ways, like, and thanks to LinkedIn, that
Yeah.
every day I get. So there are assessment tools, there are Blackboard tools, there are teachers. You can monitor the teachers. You can monitor the students. You can the ERP systems. It's become like a cornerstone. Seamlessly, remote learning is taking place. You go to JNK. There are so technology is being flooded because the moment I'm talking to you, there is some gadget being
Yeah.
developed somewhere.
Being
So every
presented
second,
somewhere. Yeah.
every minute, there is a new way. So you get
Yeah.
up and you feel okay. This. So it's just that we have to be, and because it comes with a cost also. So one
Correct.
has to
Correct.
see that what goes in your system, what goes in that particular area where you are running the school or where you are where the students belong.
Yeah.
And I think it's like it's a range for everybody, so everyone can be happy. So technology is accessible for everyone who can
Yeah.
there on this planet. Earlier it used to be that we can only very few people will be on certain
Correct. On
tools, but
tools,
now
platforms. Correct.
everybody can use any platform. Zoom is with a, even a vegetable vendor can use a Zoom today.
Yeah. It's that easy.
So
Correct.
that's kind of technology is like uh, soon from laptop we are coming to palm top and God knows what also. Um,
Correct.
there are
Correct.
so many things. There's no end to it. I am no one to even think about how to give them a suggestion what you should do, because the moment you think about something and you just have to say, they'll show you 15 programs
Yeah.
that this is what they do.
Correct. Correct. Correct.
That's
So, as I told in the introduction that you have, wore many hats in your career, and one of them is being a trainer. You've been with the British Council for over a decade now. You also take, these workshops all across India for teachers. So, can you tell us what goes on in those, workshops, and what do the teachers get from those workshops?
so yes, we started my training career started also with my teaching career,
Okay.
because the idea to just travel, the idea to learn and grow started with British Council. I give the credit to British Council because they identified that yes, I can be a good trainer.
Okay.
And I did the International School Award, which is one of the very key
Wonderful.
factor of
Mhm.
British Council. I was their trainer for doing trainings for ISA,
Right.
the START project and mid-year review and everything. Then came core skill training. So 21st century, we are talking about it now. But British Council trainings have been going on for 21st century from 2016. So 2017, we have been doing, 2017, I've started these trainings of 21st century skills,
Okay. Mhm.
be it critical thinking, creativity,
Mhm.
digitization, empathy. Now with adding to that, AFS Global, it's a global agency where they do international exchange. So they also took me as a trainer, facilitator. So there are and Pearson also took me. So workshops are designed the way what the teachers and the principal or the management wants.
Correct.
Yes, there are certain modules which we keep prepared, but certain modules, it can be anything. It can be on the classroom management. It can be on the subject specific. It can be on creativity is my forte because I love being creative. It can be on environmental science. It can be on bringing different strategies in the classroom to multiple intelligence, or it can be different methods of teaching or assessments, or it can be, there are so many. I do communication. I do a lot of workshops, and I do with international collaboration. I do a lot of culture. I do workshops on.
Right.
Then I do on. I also do workshops on what are the how do you develop empathy? How do you do time management? How do you? So there are I have some 100 or 40, 50 list of just goes on and on. But then again, the moment you do this, like whatever I did in 2020 pandemic workshops, 2019, 20.
Yeah.
Now when I did on workshops, I did how to use online tools. So now when I see those tools, they say, oh, this it's just a click away. More tools have come.
Yeah.
So it keeps changing with time that what people want. So we earlier we used to think, how do I create a module? But now creating a module is also not a challenge. It is a challenge. It's a good challenge because I know how to take it and how to create it.
Correct.
So also a workshop and as a trainer, I feel when you are giving workshops, it's more about also you add a lot of anecdotes from various experiences, what you have done. So by God's grace, I think I have traveled to, I was just writing in my resume also that 2018 and 19, I must have traveled some 30 cities in India.
Wow. Okay.
Just that 1 year.
Right.
It was just suitcase in and out of my house. So
pulling out of suitcase.
I think God knew that it's going to be the lockdown, so make her travel. So you learn a lot. And also virtually, I'm traveling almost in a month, maybe 8 cities in a month. So I'm like Jaipur. So I've traveled almost everything in India this year.
Right.
So yes, you learn. Because the way they think, the way the children do. So I do a lot of projects on SDG with children, with students of different schools. So I learn a lot. Trainings are more.
That's wonderful.
I do it because I learn a lot.
You get to learn a lot. So let me. Okay. So let me throw a curveball at you at this moment. You said you love creativity. So in your experience, how creative are our teachers? Or does a teacher have to be creative in the first place? And how creative Indian teachers are in general, according to your experience?
So I will say that Indian teachers, everybody is creative in some form or the other, but some are more enthusiastic to showcase their creativity.
It's a temperamental issue.
Some are more, so there are different kind of people. Right. So some teachers are self-driven. So they do all the time, they will come up with something or the other. Some are, some work with the leader's instruction. If this has come to us, they will do it. So everybody has some element. That's why they are teachers, because they are all extraordinary. Teachers are extraordinary. That's how they are teachers, I'll say, because I've yet to meet any teacher who is not very good. It's just that few teachers need a little bit more sharpening as a tool. Few teachers are born like they're meant to be there. So they are over enthusiastic and they want to do things differently. Some are want to do things differently, but they are a little bit skeptical. Where if they do it, they are skeptical. They are not ready to take challenges. That if I do it, because when you are creative, not every time things will be successful. Creativity will also be challenging. That whether this project will go yes or no. So it depends from person to person.
Of course.
So
Correct.
teachers, I can just say that you become a teacher because you take up these challenges. And as a teacher, whether it is a preschool teacher, primary teacher, middle school, senior school, college teacher,
Yeah.
you are just working because you love your work, most of us. Today, like I'm also, whatever I'm doing this interview, I'm doing these workshops because I
Yeah.
love what I do.
Of
So
course. Yeah.
any teacher who becomes a teacher is most of the time, I spoke to, I'll not name it, few teachers just few days back.
Yeah.
And they're teaching PG classes and different schools. So they said, ma'am, we just love our work. It's been 10, 12 years, but they love that structured work
It's
that
wonderful.
they're teaching back. So they said, we are not looking for any leadership role because they love what they're doing.
Right.
Whereas there are certain people who are preparing themselves to be a leader.
Correct.
So it depends from person to person. Like I never chose a role to become a principal of the school.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to be very, so it's a different element in me that I want to be creative. I always want to do things differently. So
Right.
then you have to take a different path. So everyone is wired in a different manner. It's just that they have to take it forward what they like.
Absolutely. ma'am. Absolutely.
Like as I told you, I met two teachers. They love what they teach. So that's good for them because they love it. They enjoy what they do.
Correct. Correct. And that's good for students as well. And speaking of students, do you think it's a good idea to promote students without taking, a final assessment? Just like, all the state boards, even the central, CBSE, they are, promoting kids without examinations. So what are your thoughts on it?
When we talk about board exams, so if
Yeah.
you see when the board exams were supposed to happen in April,
Yeah.
so I felt that I read an interview and one of these webinars only, and
Yeah.
I saw his interview, and he wrote it on Facebook, and he made a very wish to Karthik. He wrote a very good remark. He says, there was ICSC, there was IB.
Yeah.
They also knew that exams are that pandemic is hit. Before the exams could start, 1 month prior to that, they declared that just based on your assessments, you will be giving these grades.
Okay.
So one thing really, you think that CBSE also is a good board. Till April, we were all waiting when will the exams happen.
Yeah.
Then May also waited. The children, not we, like the students and the teachers waited. So why did it take so much time to decide what they want to do?
Yeah.
And even if they have taken a decision, then leave it to the school to decide. Like even the school wants to promote them. Maybe they just want to
give them options. Correct.
Viva, they want to do pre-board assessment, let them do it. But this, what they have said that they will have the 30, 30 and 40
this
ratio.
Formula. Correct.
That I felt was that, and not only I felt, I spoke to, because I thought you will definitely come up with a question of, because everybody's been asking me that.
Correct.
So I've been asking some principals and principals from different states.
Okay.
So they all agree. I said, I'm going to say this. Do you think it's, if he asked me or if somebody asked me, so not only your interview, other interviews also, I've said that if the board exams were cancelled, then schools should be autonomous to decide what they want to do. As a government school, you can take your decisions, but private schools, you allow them to take their decisions because many students were giving, either they were preparing for their JEE or NEET exam or any other exam they were preparing. So when they were preparing for exams, they were not very good with their 10th or 11th, like my own children and students when I taught, they were becoming very serious just before the board exams.
Correct.
Just 3-4 months before the board exam, they were being serious. So how do you penalize and why do you penalize them for this? So do you think that they should be very they were being very optimistic?
Correct.
So is optimism not there? It should be. So why are the students becoming the main scapegoat? Because they are, as it is going through.
Correct.
Yeah, they should not be penalized. They should. We should give them this benefit of doubt of what. Let the school decide. The teachers are the best. The management is the best. Let them decide what they want to do. Correct. So this 30, 30, 40, I don't think so it's the right way.
Okay, great, great. So, ma'am, my last question to you: what's next for Sapna Sukul?
What's next for Sapna Sukul? That's a good one. So, yeah, there are many planned things and there are many unplanned things, because unplanned things like what I did for Z
Yeah.
was certainly unplanned, because I never knew that such a big project will come under my belt and I'll do it.
Correct, correct.
Because that was a massive mammoth task. I'm currently also doing a project for Planet Edu. I'm working with them
Yeah.
as director outreach. So Planet Edu is a company which has many projects under them. One is called Zamit, one is called ZisaWatt, one is called QAI. So I'm just helping and advising them on how to go forward with their projects, what to
Right.
do. So under that umbrella, we will be doing
Yeah.
we are planning something which will be, I'm just curating that.
Yeah.
Secondly, we have done 7 states along with your Education World. I've done 7 states with the state secretary or the honorable minister and the state educationist. So my 8th state is coming on 3rd July. We are doing.
Wonderful.
That is Assam,
Right.
where Principal Chief Secretary Kalyan Chatterjee Banerjee will be Mr. Kalyan.
Yeah. We get the idea.
So
Yeah.
Secretary will be the keynote speaker.
Yeah.
And so after that, again, we are working on 2 more states. I'm working. So it has to materialize. And let's see. He's also planning
Wonderful.
certain more activities. So I don't know. So go with the flow.
Yes.
Because you don't know what
Absolutely,
will happen.
ma'am.
So
Absolutely.
just enjoy what you do and just take it as an opportunity. Don't think how will I do, what will I get? And things, when this Z project came to me,
Yeah.
so this was a college project and I'm not into college education. I'm with school, but I just took this challenge, and how I completed is it just happened. It just with hard work.
Wonderful,
With
ma'am.
just being optimistic. That's it.
That's great. We all have to be optimistic in these times, and we wish you all the best for your future endeavors. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Shubham. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And thanks to our viewers as well. I'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you. Thank you.